Good morning. Today is Rosh Chodesh Tammuz. Beautiful Monday morning, the 30th of Sivan. And we're on page 62 in the Chayenu if you're following along. We're going to start with a footnote, which is very esoteric in nature, and then we're going to conclude chapter 9 of Shari Yichud V'Emunah. In today's lesson, it is only as the Oid Ein Sof, the infinite, the light of Hashem, the godly light, the infinite God, that contracts and clothes himself within pure particular channels, we can attribute any definition, even the highest form, to him. In essence, Hashem is way beyond any descriptive term. Without getting too mystical, that's the whole point of this section of Tanya, Shari Yichud V'Emunah, having complete faith in the oneness and unity of Hashem. The Alter Rebbe now briefly explains the various tzimtzumim, the contractions that had to take place in order to enable the attributes of Atzilus to emanate from the infinite light of Hashem. Aga, footnote, Soid tzimtzum ba'oid ein sof baruch hu, the mystical principle of the tzimtzum, the contraction of the light of Hashem. So before the tzimtzum, Hashem's infinite manifestation was predominant. Tzimtzum, again, contraction, caused Hashem's capacity for limitation and infinitude, which previously had been submerged within his infinite power, to be revealed. With Tzimtzum Adam Kadmon, the Tzimtzum, the contraction of Adam Kadmon, which is the highest state of existence after the Tzimtzum, and the primal thought that contains and is the source of all subsequent emanations and creations, decide Adikna, the esoteric doctrine of Tzimtzum, the Tzimtzum of Dikna. So what is that? The life force that animates here is exceedingly attuned, attenuated, whatever that means, to the point that cutting it causes no pain. So certain things grow, but very, 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 how do we say? They continue to grow, but in a very simple way. Accordingly, so when you cut it, there's no pain. Everything else, your nails a little bit, but the hair is really a good example. Accordingly, the term dikna, literally beard, and side-eyes hair are used to present certain forms of tzimtzum. The underlying purpose of all the contractions is to condense the light in order to enable it to become enclosed within the vessels of the 10 spheres of the world of Atzilus. So these kalim, these vessels, assume the specific form of wisdom or kindness. By contrast, the divine light that permeates these vessels is essentially pure simple. When through tzimtzum the vessels come into being, and the light clothes itself within them and becomes fused with them, wisdom and kindness become one with Hashem. Binei achar shenislavish Oid Ein Sof baruch hu, Oid Ein Sof bechinas kelim the chachma bina das oz shaykh leimar ma shekos v'Rambam hoedeh hu amada v'hoidua idias atzmai. It's only after the light of Hashem becomes clothed within the vessels of the Chachma Bin and Das, that Rambam's statement about the Holy One, that Hashem is the knower, the knowledge, and the known, and by knowing himself, he knows all of creation. Why? The bechinas kelim, ta'atzilus nasim neshama v'chayis l'bri yitzir asiyah l'chol asher b'hem. The vessels of Atzilus become the soul and life force of the world of Bria, Yetzira, and Asiyah, and all the creatures within them. So Hashem, simply by knowing himself with the knowledge that's to be found in the vessels of Atzilus, he also knows all the worlds and all the creatures of Bria, Yetzira, and Asiyah, since they derive their life force from these vessels. As we mentioned yesterday, all the light starts up top and comes through Atzilus. All this, however, can only come about after the various tzimtzumim, the various contractions have brought about the contraction of the light, enabling it to be vested in the vessels of Atzilus, the highest level. Avol belit tzimtzum, however, belit tzimtzum v'hal bosha aniskal el lo'shayich klal leimar hu ha'idei v'hu amada. Without contraction of the light in the Kalim, it's not at all appropriate to say. You can't even say that Hashem is the knower, the known, and the knowledge. Meaning the whole category of knowledge cannot be ascribed to God, even in a high manner that He's the knower, the knowledge, and the known. There is no knowledge. There's only God. For Hashem is not within the realm and domain of knowing and knowledge at all, God forbid. There's no such thing as anything. There's no such thing as knowledge. Hashem is everything. Can't put a definitive term. Did I skip? No. But indefinitely, so there's no knowledge when it comes to Hashem, really. Only after Tzimtzum there's knowledge. And definitely elevated above even the level and bounds of wisdom. For even the statement that Hashem is the knower implies restricting Hashem to whatever He knows. But Hashem utterly transcends all such bounds. To the extent that in relation to Hashem, the level of wisdom is considered like the level of physical action. So before the note, the Alter Rebbe said, the manner and nature of the flow and emanation, how and what, is known to the savants, only to those that, the deep understanders, meaning it is they who understand how the Ein Sof, the light of Hashem, from the Ein Sof, there emanated the intellectual and emotive attributes, which even after are so completely fused with Hashem that it can be said that Hashem is the knowledge and the known and the knower. The Alter Rebbe goes on to say, "V'hine," top of 64, "Ein lanu esek v'nistaris." The Alter Rebbe says we're not concerned with these esoteric matters, whether Hashem is the known knowledge and knower, or where it comes from through Atzilus, about how the emanations of the Sfiris from the Ein Sof came about and the subsequent manner of their unity with Hashem. What we do have to concern ourselves with, and what's revealed to us, to believe with complete faith that Hashem and all of the attributes, we talk about Rachamim and Chesed, mercy and kindness, everything when it comes to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, again, back to the knowledge, the known, the knower, all of that is all one with Hashem. There is only Hashem. Tahainu, Idaiso shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu Retzenu v'chachmasu v'nasai v'daitoi im v'mehusei v'atzmosei. In the attributes of Hashem and His will and His wisdom and His understanding and knowledge, they're all one with His essence and being. Hameroyimam levadai roimamus ein kates b'chinas chachma v'seichel v'asaga. Hashem alone is exalted by infinite elevations above the level of wisdom and intellect and comprehension. If I could wrap up the entire Shayichud Ve'emunah, this would be it. That we have to have belief that with simple faith that everything is only Hashem. And since Hashem totally transcends intellect and comprehension, so His unity with the attributes which Hashem emanated from Himself is also beyond the realm of comprehension. We spend weeks and weeks and weeks learning about it and talking about it, and then the Alter Rebbe says there's no way we can understand it. It's impossible to understand how Hashem unites with them. Rather, this could only be apprehended through what? Faith. Emunah. L'chein nikru mideiso shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu she'ein hasfiras b'zeir HaKadosh raza d'mei menusa shehi emunah shel hamayla min haseichel. The Holy Kabbalah, the Zohar, therefore attributes the Holy One, blessed be He, which are the Sfiros, which are called the attributes of Hashem, which are the Sfiros. He says they're called the secret of faith. What's the secret of faith? It's faith that transcends intellect. It's a leap of faith. For this concept cannot be grasped intellectually, but only through faith. That concludes chapter 9. And what is the takeaway? Takeaway is that we believe in Hashem. Hashem and his attributes, all his attributes that he used to create the world, all the goodness that he gives us, everything with Hashem is all one. His knowledge is not additional to him. That would be limiting him. Attributes might have definition, but in some mystical way, they're all one with God. Why is it so impossible to understand? Because it's way above our intellectual capacity, and it boils down to that every Yid is ma'aminim b'nei ma'aminim. We are believers, as children of believers. We have simple faith that Hashem echad. That's what this is all about. All right, Chaver, have a wonderful day. It's gorgeous outside. Get outside, see the beautiful world that Hashem created for us and given us the opportunity to do a mitzvah, to connect with him. And have a good Chodesh, and we'll see you tomorrow.